I got a loader. And if you watch till later in the video, I have a special offer that can help you get one too. This loader comes from Little Buck Loaders. It is the 3 Series, which means that it goes with the 300 series of John Deere tractors. And today I'm going to show you how to attach this to a John Deere 300 series tractor using my 318. But first, I want to run through some of the key specs on this loader. So if you want to jump right to the instructions on how to attach this, I will have this video timestamped so you don't need to waste your time. First of all, I am really impressed with the craftsmanship of this loader. You can tell they take a lot of pride in their build quality. The welds are super nice, really clean. They use a really high quality, thick material on this. And I'm just overall really impressed with everything. And also, it was delivered much quicker than I anticipated. They got it shipped out within a week of when I ordered it, and it arrived not too long after. And to cut down on the shipping costs, they actually send it through Fastenal. So you pick it up from your local Fastenal location, and that makes it super easy because they have a forklift there. They just pick it up on the pallet, put it on my trailer, and I was able to just take off from there. So the whole process was super easy. So I just wanted to mention that if you're concerned at all about the ordering process or picking it up or anything, don't be worried, it's super easy. Another great quality feature of this loader is you can actually maintain it. It's got grease zerks on all of the different pivot locations, so you'll be able to grease this, and that really increases the longevity of any sort of equipment. Being able to add new grease when it needs it is super crucial to the long-lasting performance of a piece of equipment. And I feel like this size of loader is perfect for the 300 series. They give you this 48-inch bucket, and it holds 4 cubic feet of material, and that's with it just flat on the bucket, and that doesn't count if you mount it up. You might actually be able to get a little bit more. And it can take that load because this thing can lift up to 340 pounds all the way up to its maximum lift range, which is 5 foot 9 inches. So that's a great height if you're trying to get dirt or mulch or rocks into a truck bed or into a dump trailer. That'll be plenty high to get into most of those applications. And on the opposite end, you can actually do a little bit of digging with this loader. It'll drop down to 2 inches with the bucket flat, which gives you even more capability for this piece of equipment. And if you know me, I love equipment that can give you a ton of different uses. But that is enough talking. I want to get this thing attached and see what it can do. So I'm going to put up the key specs from the website of Little Buck Loader real quick here. So if there's any other questions you have, you can check it out there. And let's get on with hooking this thing up. All right, I got the tractor pulled up to the loader pretty much as close as I can get. Now this is going to be a little bit different since it's on the pallet still, but most of the process should still be about the same. It's just going to be a little different because the bucket is a little bit higher than it would be normally, but the mounting points are still lower than they will be when attached to the tractor, so we should still be fine there. So the first thing we want to do is get the hydraulic lines hooked up. Right now, the loader is in its fully compressed form, so that means that if this was hooked up, the bucket would actually be lower than the tractor, so we got to get that stretched out so we can get the bucket in a position where we can actually line up the mounting points. So get the hydraulic lines hooked up. You can tell that they actually put in quite a bit of thought to this design because the hydraulic lines come out to the side that they need to. So these lines here go to this port, and these lines here that come off to the left of the tractor go to the left port on the tractor. We're going to start by taking the top line, following that up, and that is going to go to the outside coupler. And then take the other, which is, of course is the lower, and that will go to the inside coupler. And this side is actually the opposite, so this top line here goes to the inside coupler. Help if the tractor was just a little closer. There it goes. And then of course the bottom to the outside coupler. Then we'll go ahead and start up the tractor. Real quick, before I finish putting the loader on, I have a whole series of videos planned to do with this loader, so if you don't want to miss out, please hit that subscribe button. I really appreciate it. So now we have the loader opened up a little bit better, and we'll be able to lift these mounting areas into place. First, I just wanted to show you these pins here. Before you attach the loader, you got to make sure that these are in the locked out position, which is the same for all of the attachments on these 300 series. All right, so now I pulled the tractor a little bit further forward and I got it lined up so we're within the inside of the loader mounts here. So now we can just get a little bit of leverage and just lift that right into those slotted areas on the frame there. Why don't you come over here and take a look at what it looks like in here. So right there you can see the peg that fits into that notch on the frame there and how it sits down in there once it's in all the way. So that's what you're looking for there. Now that it's hooked onto the frame, we can go ahead and release these pins. Now with these pins out, we can get back on the tractor, start it up. So you can see there that once you lower the bucket, it tips this whole unit backwards into place, and then those pins lock automatically, and then you're all set to put this thing to work. Now that I got the loader all hooked up, I just wanted to give you a quick demonstration of the controls and how everything works. But first, in the beginning of the video, I said I had a special offer for you, and that is if you want to get one of these loaders for yourself, if you go to littlebuckloader.com and put in the code NSE in all capital letters, just like it is on the screen here, you will get $100 off your purchase of a loader. That is an awesome deal and a great way to support the channel. So please check that out if you're looking to get one of these great loaders. Now let's see how this thing works. I apologize if it's a little hard to hear me over the tractor, but I have to have it running, of course, so we'll have to bear with it. The inside lever is what you're going to want to use to raise and lower the bucket. You can see how high that goes. And then the outside lever will control the tilt of the bucket. And to be honest, I don't think the hydraulics on this tractor have been used very much, so they're a little stiff. And then of course, if you keep on lowering it, it will dig down into the dirt. And as you can see, it'll lift the tractor right off the ground. Now to remove the loader is just going to be the reverse of putting it on. So we're just going to want to slide these pins out, lock them in the out position. And then we can hop up on the tractor again, get it started. And now we got those pins away from the holes, so now we can just lift this off. I'm putting it back on the pallet. Of course, you can just put it wherever you're storing it. And now we should just be able to lift it out of the frame. I probably opened it up a little bit more than I needed to, but now it's off. And there it is, nicely back on the pallet. And then, of course, the final step is to unhook the hydraulic lines and put the caps back on, but you guys know how to do that. So just remember, if you want one of these loaders for yourself, just head over to littlebuckloader.com, use the code NSE, all capital letters, and you can get that $100 off. And as always, if you feel like you learned something or if you enjoyed the video, please hit that like button. I've got a ton more planned to do, especially now that I have this loader. So if you want to see more, please hit that subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one. Where is you?